Alright, man. I just tried to make this video a few minutes ago and it didn't work out because somebody called me, and I hate this so much because if I answer, it won't pause like it does when I go live. It actually stops the video completely, and then I have to start all the way back over. So this whole not going live thing, it really sucks to the highest of suckstivity. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, whatever. I was asked this question by a subscriber: what does Black is Black sport? Do I have rather anything in my collection that smells like this? And I went through and I sprayed fragrances on my arm, the ones that I thought smelled similar to Black is Black sport. And the only thing I could come up with is Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis. It has the same kind of sharpness. I'm not saying that they smell alike at all. I'm just saying they have a strong similarity, as the sharp note that's in both of these smells similar. Of course, this one is a little smoother on the dry down than this one is, but both of these are damn good. $10 for this. I think I spent like 10 or 15, maybe possibly 20 bucks for this online. Both are pretty good fragrances, and Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis also is a decent alternative to Bleu de Chanel, although nothing is going to compete completely with Bleu de Chanel. That price is too high for me for Bleu de Chanel, so fuck that. I like this. And also with this Issey Miyagi, as you can see how much juice is in here. I have used this a little over time, but not that much. So it's still up for grabs. I know one of the subscribers I talked to said that he was willing to trade a Zorro Nighttime for it. And once I do my homework and find out what that fragrance is and what it smells like, we might be able to do a deal, because I'm not into Issey Miyagi. I don't even like Issey Miyagi like that. The only reason why I bought it was because of the hype. I used to hear rappers talk about it, and I thought it was this it fragrance. But Joy, as you know, he hypes Issey Miyagi up a lot, and although he hypes up a lot of fragrances, he don't rarely ever say he don't like anything, and everybody knows that. Not trying to pass judgment or downplay Joy, because I think he's an awesome guy. A lot of the fragrances that he hyped, to me, my personal opinion, aren't all of that. Although most of my collection is because of him, because he has pointed me in the direction of some damn good fragrances. So with that being said, let's move on. Next up, I started making this video the other day, and somebody called me and it interrupted my video. I had to stop. I ended up having to delete the damn video because it wasn't finished, and I was not going to redo it all over again. But a couple of days ago, if not last week, I wore this, which is Creed Aventus, the legendary batch. And one of my subscribers sent this to me, and like I said before, I actually smelled this fragrance in Atlanta for the first time ever, because the first fragrance I ever smelled when the hype of Creed Aventus was out was that Club de Nuit Intense Man was the closest clone at the time to Creed Aventus, and that's what I bought. 35 bucks versus paying $200, $300, $400, $500 for that fucking Creed Aventus. I can't do that shit. Sorry. The guy even in Atlanta was trying to sell me a decant about this size or maybe a little smaller for 50 bucks. No fucking way. Not me. I paid $15 for this at the flea market, and this is Rayanne Tradition Insurrection Pure 2, which is a damn good fragrance, and it smells actually more to the level of Creed Aventus than Club de Nuit Intense Man does. As you all know, this actually has lemon in it, and the opening on this is harsh as hell compared to Insurrection Pure 2 and Creed Aventus. Now, there are other alternatives. I do believe that Zara has one that I have heard in the past few days is actually not as good as people say it is. It starts out smelling like Creed Aventus, and then it turns into something else. And Imitsu, or whatever his name is, from Simply Put Scents, reviewed it the other day, and he said that he didn't like it. There are other fragrances, such as the ones from Pineapple Vintage. They have several different versions. Me personally, that fragrance also is too high for me. I will not purchase that either. Not saying that you guys shouldn't, because if your money is right, go right ahead. Mine isn't. I go for what I can afford, and Creed Aventus is not it. Pineapple Vintage is not it. I don't give two shits what other people say. This is a nice fragrance. Creed Aventus is, yes. To my nose, it is not the best fragrance ever. And people are putting this on a pedestal, saying that it is the greatest. It's the godfather of fragrances. It is yada, yada, yada. I don't get it, guys. Like, my nose may not be trained well enough for these fragrances, but it can't be that good that there are clones out there that are just as good. I understand the fact that you wouldn't have all of these clones if it wasn't for Creed Aventus. I get that. But for everybody, paying $200, $300, and $400 and $500 for a fragrance is just not an option. And for people to hate on clone houses when they're not meant for everybody, they're meant for the people who can't afford to buy shit like this. They're meant for people like me and others who can't afford to spend that kind of money on these fragrances. And before anybody gets a hold of this video and says, oh, well, if you manage your money right and save up and whatever, and man, fuck that. I don't have to save up jack shit to purchase something that I'm probably not even going to wear every fucking day. That makes no sense to me. So, for me, I'd rather spend a few dollars and smell just as good than to smell good like with this. And I know what I just said probably don't make sense to a lot of people, but in my mind it makes sense. I would much rather spend $15, $20 on a clone, or $30, $35 versus paying $400, $500, or $600 for this shit. Sorry, I just can't do it, me personally. And if it ruffles some feathers, oh fucking well, get over it. With that being said, guys, I'm going to end this video because I'm tired of sitting here talking to my goddamn self. I would much rather be talking to you guys, because you guys are what motivate me, and I appreciate all the support, all the love, and I'm going to continue to do this as much as I can. It's getting frustrating, even more frustrating, because I think now I have to buy like some kind of SD card or something, because I keep running out of space with these fucking videos on my phone. I do delete them, but it is what it is, guys. I'm out. Peace.